kind of just wanted to hop on here and talk about how I started and I don't know, just my whole story, I guess. Um, so, first of all, a lot of people think you need to be smart to start anything, like to start a business, but in reality, it has nothing to do with being smart at all. Uh, I mean, I got held back in sixth grade. It was really embarrassing. I'd walk through the halls and I mean, my friends, they were in seventh grade and I'm still stuck in sixth. And I don't know. After getting held back in sixth grade, hmm, it kind of just I don't know. It made me feel like shit. It made me feel really stupid, and it made me feel I don't know, like everyone was just looking down on me. So yeah, you don't have to be smart at all. All you need to do is put in the work. Just I guess put out all the distractions because when you're a teenager, when you're in high school, you're kind of just your kind of only goal is to have fun. You want to go to the parties, you want to have a girlfriend. I don't know. I don't really know what the high school life is like because I've never been, but I don't have any regrets. I don't think I will. I hope I don't with going to high school. But yeah, I think that starting a business, you do not have to be smart at all. You just have to want it more than everybody else. You have to weigh out all the distractions. You just have to not weigh out. You just have to cut out all the distractions. How I got started was I got started in eighth grade. I was still in school in eighth grade, but that was like around COVID time. So I think it was online. Or no, no, no. In eighth grade, we were like wearing masks and stuff, and I was always trying to leave school. I always had an excuse. I would say my stomach hurt and just try to leave school because I always hated school. I never got along with anybody. It was they were just very immature to me, and like I don't know. I just knew I didn't belong there. Um, hmm. So yeah, after like half a year of doing eighth grade, I was miserable. I was depressed. I'm not gonna lie. And my parents finally let me do online school. I asked them, I was like, hey, can I just do online school for half the year? I want to try something. I want to try to sell stuff online. And, if it works out, then I don't want to go to school. And they agreed to that. So I started doing an online school and I was researching clothing brands because, like, clothing brands really interested me. I'm not really good with clothing. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, I started researching that and I got my first sample. I started running ads and it didn't do that well. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't do that well. I probably sold like 30 units in a span of like 2 months, and that's when I kind of started to give up. But then my brother, he's 21 right now. I'm 17. But yeah, my brother. He was doing Amazon FBA through my garage, and I saw the orders come in, and I was like, holy shit. He didn't have that many, but he had like 20 orders, and I don't know, like it just I instantly wanted to do what he did. So, I asked him what he did. He taught me a little bit. And then since I was just starting out, he didn't want me to work with him because he thought I'd slow him down and I'd be taking half of his profits. So, he let me open up a store. I opened up my store under my mom's account since I was 15 at the time, or 14, I don't even know. I think I was 15 at the time. So yeah, I opened it up. He taught me how to source, and then I was just on that. I was on that all day. I was sourcing. I was trying to find a product, and then within a few days, I got my first sale, and like, I don't know. I thought my life changed. It did. I guess from that point, it did. Um, like words can't even explain how happy I was because I don't know. I always kind of felt like I was stupid in some way just because I don't know, that's how a lot of people used to look at me. And I don't know. I was never really good in school either. My grades were always terrible. Um but yeah, I started doing Amazon and then within like my first 2 weeks, I think I hit an 11K week, 11K in revenue, which what comes out to like $2,500 in profit. And then I kept going, and within like 2 months, I started to hit like 30K a month, which in revenue. So what is that in profit? 30K in revenue is Let me check. I don't even know what 30K in revenue is. So 30K in revenue is 6,000 in profit. So I was doing around 6,000 in profit in my second month. And then my third month is when it started to jump up, and I was doing 50 to 100K. Like third or fourth month, I think fourth month I hit 100K, and that's around like 20,000 in profit. Mind you, when I started this thing, my goal was to hit 10,000 a month profit, and I told myself like I'd be happy, I'd be set, because I was only 15 at the time. And like I was like, okay, just give me 10,000 a month. What am I gonna do with 10,000 a month? Like that's so much. Like I don't have anything to spend it on. But I don't know. Once you start making 10,000 a month, and you see how easy it is to make that much money. I don't know if it's greed, but I call it greed. I think greed starts to kick in, and you just keep wanting more. So after I started hitting like 50 to 100K months, I was on the level with my brother. So we were both doing like 50 to 100, 150K a month. And we were like, okay, this is stupid. We're basically like competing. It's like having two stores next to each other selling the same thing. Well, actually, sorry, we weren't selling the same thing, but it's like having two car dealerships. And so what I was like, okay, let's merge our accounts, let's merge our bank accounts, and we'll sell like we'll just do double, you know? Like so if I'm normally doing 5,000 in a day, it would be 10,000. And it just makes the whole business a lot easier because it's one account, and it's two of us. So we started working on that together until our driveway was just filled. Like it was filled all the way to the bottom, and we would get complaints. Like we even had to go to court because we had so many boxes at our door. They called it rubbish. So that's when we got our first warehouse. I think it was 1,800 square foot, or 2,000 square feet. I think it was 1,800 square feet. And my brother just got a C8 at the time. He got his C8 two years ago, I think, a little over 2 years. So yeah, he had a C8. We got our first warehouse, and like I don't know, life was very good. We were just up on we were just going up. But yeah, and then in that new warehouse, we were doing great. Like we filled the warehouse within like 2 months. We were starting to hit 400, 500K a month in revenue, which was a lot of profit. We were making a good amount of money. And then we had an issue with our business. Our account like got like deactivated, so we were out of business for like 2 months. And within those 2 months, like I couldn't even tell you how stressed we were, because once you start going from making 80K profit, 100K profit in a month, and then you drop down to zero, it's like one of the worst feelings ever. And since it was our first business at the time, you're like, can I get this back? Like you start to stress. But after that, we got that figured out, and we started, the warehouse got too small. Like we were just filling it. We didn't have enough space. So we got a location. It was like about five minutes from our house. This is the location we have right now. And it's 5,000 square feet, 1,000 square foot office. So it's 6,000 in total. And we pay around 5,300 a month for that one. Before we got this warehouse, I got my M4. I got my M4 at 16. So I got my M4 like a year and a half into doing business. I didn't want to buy my M4 until I had double than what the car was worth. So I wanted $200,000 in my bank account before I bought the M4, just in case, I didn't buy the car cash. I don't think buying cars cash is a smart financial decision unless you're like a multi-millionaire. Even then, I still don't think it's smart, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, I got that at 16, which was like, it was crazy. It was my first car. It was a custom spec, and I loved it. I got exhaust, intakes, downpipe. I got everything done to the car. And within 6 to 7 months, I totaled the car. And after I totaled it, I was honestly like, I was really depressed. I felt like shit. It felt like everything that I've worked for the past year and a half, meant nothing. I felt like everything that I've risked, everything, like, I don't know, my whole childhood, I guess, like, cause I did throw away like my whole high school life just to, buy that car and like live. So like when I did crash it, I felt, I don't know, I was just very depressed. It felt like that year and a half just went to waste, but in reality it didn't. I didn't lose the 100,000. Of course, insurance paid me out. I did lose like what? I lost like 8K. I lost like 8K on the car. And then my parents saw, I mean, after I crashed it, my parents were like, no, you're never getting another, like, you know, you're never getting another fast car like that again. But they saw how much it upset me. And, you know, and then they finally caved in and let me get another one, which is the one I have right now. It was originally gray or Silverstone metallic. I think that's what, or sorry, skyscraper. It was skyscraper gray, and then I just wrapped it purple and black. I put everything back on, like an exhaust intake, and that one's fully automated right now. So we have employees in there. We don't really have to do anything. We come in there once in a while. Like I said, it's only 5 minutes from our house, and me and my brother, like, once a business is automated, you don't really have that much work to do, and I hate having nothing to do. You know, like, no matter how much I'm making, I don't want to be sitting at home waking up at 3 p.m. You know, even like no matter how much money you're making, I always want to be working in some way. So we were thinking of like what we can do, because our business is kind of like scaled. Like our business is kind of already at a high enough number, and it's a little harder to scale. Of course, like it's scaling, but it's scaling by low percentages. You know, like say we make 700K in revenue this month, we could hit like 730, 750. So it goes up very, minimal. So me and my brother were just like, we're in one night thinking, it's kind of getting depressing because like we just want to work. And then we were like, hey, I know we don't have a following, but let's just start social media and then let's start teaching other people. And I know how a lot of people feel about mentorships, courses. I personally don't like courses because, I mean, like a course is basically, you can find that information that you find in the course, you can find that online for free. It's basically just bunched up into one. So you're just paying for free information. But a mentorship, which is what me and my brother do, it's a one-on-one mentorship for $5,000. And we have a 3-month make your money back guarantee. So, I mean, it's kind of impossible to lose. So we've been doing that for about 2 months now, and we have 12 students, and they've all made their money back within like 3 weeks, and they're killing it. Like we have some on the road, on the way to make to make 20K in profit on their second month. And it's not so much about the money, because I know there's a lot of more businesses that'll make more money, but being able to change somebody's life, like them working a 9 to 5, to making 10 to 20,000 in profit a month and never having to work again, that's a very like relieving feeling. Like I'm doing something good. Of course I'm getting paid for it, but like I'm not getting paid that much, because that $5,000, like I said, me and my brother's bank accounts are split. That's $2,500 each. And this mentorship is like, it's not like a 3-month thing. Like me and my brother would work with you, I mean, until you really need. Like you're always going to have us by your side, no matter what business you're starting. So it's basically like you're paying for a friendship, I guess. But yeah, I'm at a point right now. I mean, I have my M4. My brother has a C8. He's looking to buy a Huracan, and I'm looking to buy a GT3 within like the next year. But, excuse me. But I'm in a very small town, and I don't think a car like that, kind of belongs here. I think that it would draw way too much attention. So I'm looking to move first, and then maybe buy those cars later. But we also just started a prep center. We got a new location in Delaware. It's 3,000 square feet. It's a little smaller, but this warehouse in Delaware is only for prep. So it's only a prep center. And the reason that it's in Delaware's an hour away, by the way. The reason that it's in Delaware is it's zero sales tax. So it helps customers out a lot. So the money that you're basically paying for prep, you would be losing on tax anyway. I also forgot to mention that I run a few Shopify stores. They don't make me that much money a month. I think on a good month they could make me like 15K, but like right now it's making me like 6 to 8K. So it covers like some of my expenses. Like it covers my car payment, food, gas, stuff like that. I don't really push out the clothing brands and the brands on Shopify that much. It's kind of just something on the side that I do for fun. But yeah, I mean, my whole reason of explaining this is obviously you get to know me better, but I don't ever want anybody to be in my shoes. and think that they're not smart enough to do something like this. Like I said, I don't want anybody to feel I don't want anybody to feel how I felt, because school really isn't for everybody. Not everybody is going to go get a degree and become a doctor, you know? Like there is certain things that other people are good at, and that could be like starting a business. Some people are naturally good at school, some people like school, but I know there's a lot of people out there, I mean, you might be watching this, but you're just not good at school. And I think that everybody's good at something, and they just need to figure out what that thing is. But yeah, that's about it for today. I just wanted to come on here and, just share my story, I guess. But I'm gonna try to start posting on YouTube more often. I'll probably have another video within the next week. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.